Welcome back to another video, Jets fans. Last season, the Jets secondary was not the best. The year prior was definitely a lot better than last season. Most people thought our secondary was going to be one of the bright spots on the team last year, but it wasn't. Yes, it does have to do with the D-line playing like trash, and injuries definitely affected it too, but we expected better from everyone, and they underperformed. We also lost some key players in the secondary and free agency in DJ Reed to the Lions, Brandon Echols to the Steelers, and Ashton Davis to Miami. Most people would think the secondary would be absolutely awful this year, Sauce being the only bright spot if he returns to his rookie form. The Jets needed some key starters and depth in the secondary, and I love what they did. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why the Jets secondary is going to be a lot better than you all think, and why it'll be one of the most underrated units on this team. So heading into free agency, the Jets were expected to be aggressive towards the secondary. They were expecting to make a big-time move for a big-time player. A lot of people wanted to sign a Javon Holland or Cameron Bynum type safety or a Travarius Ward type corner to be that big-time free agent signing. They did some smarter things, though, instead. Yes, they did sign Brandon Stephens, and a lot of you hated that signing, but it might not be as bad as you all think. A couple years ago, he was a pretty solid corner, but was pretty bad last year. People are going to look at the contract and think it's terrible because it's 3 years, $36 million type contract. So they think it's like $12 million per year. It's actually about $4 million per year. And if he's not good, can be released next offseason. Anyways, he's a versatile player who's an okay corner, but I think he can be a better safety. If he can return to his 2023 form, though, that would be pretty good. I think he plays better in man-to-man coverage rather than zone, and Wilkes love his man coverage. Overall, a high-risk, high-reward type player. Later that day, they signed another player in the secondary. This was a player I was linking to the Jets. I would have rather had him than some of the other guys because of contracts. So the Jets signed safety Andre Cisco. The former Jaguar, who'd be 24 when the season starts, was one of the players who I was very high on. His first 2 years he was really good, one of the better safeties in the NFL. Last year was different, though, due to injuries and weight. He did seem a little lost out there sometimes and did miss more tackles. But when he's fully healthy and locked in, he's one of the better players at this position. He's a hard-hitting, great tackler and has good ball-hawking abilities too. Overall, I wanted him because of how young and how he could thrive under Glennon Wilkes. The contract was pretty good too. I think it was about 1 year, about $9 million total. Overall, a solid young addition that I think could be a nice addition that could thrive under Wilkes and would be our starting free safety. And he could possibly be a long-term player too. So I definitely like the Andre Cisco signing. They also signed Chris Boyd at corner, but that's probably for depth at corner and special teams. So heading into the draft, there were still some needs in the secondary for both safety and corner. So what did the Jets do? Round 3, pick 73, took Azareye'h Thomas, corner from Florida State. Probably my favorite pick in the entire draft. Thomas was projected to go late round 1 to early round 2. A guy max to the Packers at 22, Commanders at 29, Bills at 30, and so on. He did fall, though, because of his 40-yard dash at his combine. Thomas is a great tackler, has a high IQ, and is so smart and good. One of the best, if not the best, man coverage corners in the draft. You know what we're going to be doing? Playing a ton of man coverage. Not only is this pick a steal, but he fits the scheme. He could start at CB2 and get better every year. A guy I'd rather have CB2 over Stephens, who could play safety. The pick not only fixes a massive need, but you get a dog. Truly a pick that looks like a steal, and I hope it turns out great because he's one of my favorite players in the entire draft. So day 3, we did need some more secondary help, primarily as safety, and the Jets took a player I really wanted them to take, and I really love his game. So they took Malachi Moore, safety from Alabama. This pick is a great pick, a heat-seeking missile on the field, a guy who can be that Brian Branch type guy, a player who I think can possibly be that starting strong safety next to Andre Cisco. Moore's a player who is very smart, hard-hitting, great tackler, reads the QBIs really well. He may not be the fastest, but that's fine. He did have some injury concerns, but shouldn't worry that much. Overall, he's a player who Wilkes is going to love. So the secondary potentially looked at before free agency started as Sauce at CB1, Stiggers maybe at CB2, Michael Carter in the slot, and the safeties would be Tony Adams and Isaiah Oliver. So it's not the best, but not great depth. Now it could potentially look like Sauce as CB1, Azareye'h Thomas as CB2, Michael Carter in the slot, and then Brandon Stevens, Chris Boyd, Quantas Stiggers at depth for corner. And then for strong safety could be Malachi Moore. Free safety would be Andre Cisco. And for depth could be Tony Adams, Brandon Stevens, maybe Isaiah Oliver. He could be corner safety, a hybrid player. And I think one of the undrafted free agents, I think Dean Clark makes the roster. I'll do some videos on the undrafted free agents soon. But yeah, the secondary is going to be a lot better than y'all think. I think this will be one of the brighter spots on the team. A young, talented group that can only get better. I'm really excited to watch both units play. We'll see what happens, but I'm very bad at how they fix the D and secondary. Let me know what you think of this video. Thoughts on the Jets secondary? Thanks for watching, and go Jets.